All right, so a friend of mine reached out and asked how asked for my opinion on how to solve a problem that he was working on for a customer of his. The scenario was that we needed two things to be true. So we needed the contract to be signed and we needed the initial down payment to be received. And we wanted to trigger automation, but only if both of those things were true. And so my friend Mike, shout out to Mike, had built a workflow, had built a campaign structure to handle that, and asked, "Hey, here's what I've got. How would you handle this?" So I wanted to share my reaction to the question and the campaign structure that I designed for this particular scenario, in case, number one, in case it serves you, or number two, in case you have ideas of your own or a simpler way to accomplish the same thing. So check it out. Here is the general concept. And I think this is pretty much what you had designed. I don't know if my solution's any better. I guess it's just another structure. So two things, right? If you need two things to happen. I think in this scenario, it was like signed agreement and paid invoice, right? So paid, invoice. So if both happen, they will end up in here. So both things have happened. So in order to make that true, we need to create the alternatives, right? So this would be, they've signed the agreement. So this would be needs to pay, right? And the reminders would go in here, reminders. And then this would be needs to sign. So if they've paid, we would say needs to sign, reminders, right? So when one of these things happens, the decision diamond is going to check, has the other one happened? And if it has, they'll go into here. But if one of these things happens and the other has not happened, then they will go into here. So we would also want to put this goal here and put this goal here. There we go. And so that way, if they pay their invoice, but they haven't yet signed, they'll go into here and there'll be 2 reminders or 5 reminders or whatever. And then once they sign, it'll finish that, achieve this. And because they have both, they'll end up in here. Yeah. So that's kind of the structure. And then once both things have happened, they would, advance into whatever we want to have happen next. So that's it. Again, not sure if this is actually any better, but it's fun to look at.